All right, good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. Give me a replay, gang, if you're watching the replay, so we can give you special love. I love people that train. You know what I mean? Train's one of my favorite words in the whole English language because it means practice, it means learn, it means teach, all at the same time. And I just love it, man. So if you training with us, then I'm proud of you for being here. Every single week we give you like the technique of the week, especially if you're rocking with us. You know what I mean? And this week's technique of the week is what we call a referral script. What makes a referral script powerful is that it's a slick way to get the exposure out there, and you can't get rejected because you're laying it out there so smooth. You just throwing the bait out there and seeing if they like it or not. And if they don't like it, you never had to feel rejection. And if they do like it, we off to the races. And so I love this script because it allows you to work with even brand new teammates. And, it turns out super cool for them because now they get to get into it. They have a way to get busy, and they didn't even really learn the business yet. So here's how a referral script goes, everybody. It goes like this. What you'll do, right, is you'll call them up and say, hey, do you know anybody who has 2 jobs and would love to get rid of one of them? All they can do is say, yeah, no, yeah, or heck yeah, me. That's all you do. I'm going to do it one more time. I call them up and I'm like, hey, we ain't talked in a long time. I've been working on a project, blah, blah, blah. How you been doing? Oh, yeah. So listen. I know this is probably coming out the blue, but do you know anybody who has 2 jobs and might want to get rid of one of them? Oh, it's beautiful. Do you know anybody with 2 jobs that might be looking to get rid of one of them? It'll change everything for you. I'm telling you right now. So that's what I suggest you use. Make your list of 50 people. You probably had a champion club form. And then all you're going to do, okay, is call them and run that referral script right there. That's the technique of the week. You call them up and say, hey, do you know anybody who has 2 jobs who might be looking to get rid of one of them? And then from there, we can do all kinds of things, man. From there, we can start talking to them about how, I can't talk right now, but let's talk this evening. I got 6 open. I got 9 open, which is better for you. Or from there, you can send them a nip. You know what I mean? That way they can just go through it on their own. But the bottom line is now we got a party going on. So I'm loving that. Okay, who else we got checking in this morning? Good morning. Mrs. Goins is in the house. Yeah, we just did the technique of the week, Mrs. Goins. You know what I mean? One time for women that win. This weekend in Atlanta, Georgia. It is sold out. It's been sold out about 2 weeks now. So one time for all of the ladies coming to town for that. Gonna be another family reunion in this joint. You know what I mean? Good morning. Y'all gonna love this. This is a good one to share with any entrepreneurs because at the end of the day, we're all trying to build culture. We're all looking to build culture. And there's some things you can do, whether you are building a business or whether you're building a team. We're going to discuss this morning that I think can help. So please share this with a few of your favorite entrepreneurs. Let me go ahead and call in on this live line. How's everybody feeling this morning?
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time because
please enter your... Thank you. Please announce yourself. Great. All participants are muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
Okay, we got North Carolina checking in. Who else we got checking in this morning? Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope you're feeling real good this morning. My name is Haziq Ali. I'm a revenue acceleration coach and a self-esteem development expert. Our whole play is helping you go further, faster, with less effort. We're real serious about it. And to that end, every now and then we talk about skill set or it's mindset or sometimes it's heart set. You know what I mean? Our whole play is to give you exactly what you need so that you can begin to attract success instead of trying to chase it around. We are programmed the completely wrong way in this society, y'all. Isn't it weird that we all love money, but we all hate sales? Ain't that crazy? We're taught to love money. Oh, we love to spend some money. But then when it's time to talk about actually building our bank account so we can buy all the stuff we want to buy, oh my God, can't somebody just give me the money? Why do I always have to create value before someone will give me something? Well, it's because that's the way the world works. We don't want to be like the poor man who sat in front of the fireplace and was like, I give you some wood if you give me some heat. Because that's not the way the world works, right? So this morning, what we're talking about is culture, right? We're going to put in a little bit of work so that we learn to build culture. Yeah, am I right, Travis? So, I've been a boss a long time. I've been hiring people a long time, since I was a teenager, to be exact. And I remember when I had hired at one of our companies, it was such a stark contrast between it is amazing how it works where if you wait to dig the well after you're thirsty, then you're jacking yourself up. You can't wait until your company is just blowing up to start thinking about your culture and how you're going to build it. You can't wait until your team has momentum to start thinking about your culture and how you want to build it. This is something you want to be thinking about now because of the fact that your culture is really what's going to build your company. I put it in the sort of like the description for this morning's training, right? But there's this management guru by the name of Peter Drucker. Like, he is cold. He's a bar machine on the level of Warren Buffett or, some of these other guys that just like, a Jim Rohn, a Gary Vaynerchuk. He's on the level with these guys where he's just a freaking bar machine as it relates to business philosophy. And Peter Drucker said something wild. As a matter of fact, appreciate that, Chris. As a matter of fact, this technique that I'm talking about is there on the wall. It's on the wall there at his corporate headquarters. What am I talking about? It's a quote that says, "Culture eats strategy for breakfast." Culture eats strategy for breakfast. Think about that for a minute. What does that mean? That means, millionaires, that a lot of times we spend all of our energy on trying to create the perfect set of tactics that can help us get to the goal. And so we end up micromanaging everybody. We end up trying to check this person, catch them doing something wrong, right? We're trying to figure out how we can get more of this person over here, when that's the wrong way to look at it. Millionaires, I'm telling you right now, culture eats strategy for breakfast. So what I'm going to do this morning is I'm going to give you 4 different strategies that are going to allow you to build culture. Culture eats strategy for breakfast. Erica, what's up, Queen? Chris, checking in from YouTube. Chris and Vita Lachey, appreciate that. So we're going to get this party started. If you're ready for the first one, yeah, tell them, Ali. If you're ready for the first one, then somebody give me a number 1 and a share. My man Share is checking in. Give me a number 1 and a share. Give me a number 1 and a share. Hey, Kim, we missed you last night, Queen. Glad you're here. Give me a number 1 and a share. Let's get it. A number 1 and a share, y'all. This is a good one for anybody that's trying to build a culture that can begin to replicate. That culture becomes an asset for you, baby. Appreciate that, Stuart. Shawanda checking in. Yeah, appreciate that. Let's get it. All right, here's the first one, y'all. Whether you're talking to your company and your corporate staff, or you're talking to your team, give them something to care about. Can somebody give me that as number 1? Give them something to care about. Give them something to care about, and then give me a share. Give them something to care about, and then give me a share, somebody. Give them something to care about. This is the first strategy I'm giving you to build that culture a little bit stronger. What do you have them focused on? Listen, millionaires, the further off a goal is in the future, the less power it has to motivate. You hear me? So what do you want to do? You want to give them something to care about now. When people have a sense of purpose in their lives, when people have a sense of purpose in their work, they're going to be more engaged. They're going to be more committed to the mission. They've done so many studies on this, right? That shows that the new generation, even when you're talking about hiring out in the corporate world, the new generation is looking at a company's purpose before they even make the job decision, right? There is a trend towards meaningful work out here. Right now, everybody's talking about this thing called the Great Resignation because so many people just want to quit rather than return to the workplace. They've now found meaning in being able to spend more time with their families. They found meaning in being able to raise their children on an actual daily basis, right? And I'm gonna tell you something. The more this society trends towards, everybody's driving Uber or Lyft or trying to figure out something they could sell, I think we're gonna see it happen more and more. Millionaires. So if you are lucky enough to have people that are working with you, if you are lucky enough to have people that are willing to call themselves part of your team or part of a team, part of the team that you're a part of, I'm gonna tell you something. Cherish that. Cherish that with intention and give them something to care about. Give them something to care about, y'all. I don't care if you're talking about the fact, like a bunch of us are excited about this huge Labor Day event we're doing, right? So we're giving them something to care about. It's like, yo, I cannot wait to see you in person in September, right? But what I'm saying is maybe you're doing a better job of painting a vivid picture of where you're headed. What kind of company you want to have. Maybe you're painting a really vivid picture of what kind of team you want to have. Maybe this means you ain't just focusing on what you do, but you're focusing on why and how you do it. Maybe a part of your culture is making sure you give back to the community. Maybe a part of your culture is making sure you always have, events where everybody's getting to know each other at this certain restaurant that's in town. If you're rocking with us, then this month, one of your strategies, one of the ways that you're supposed to be kind of building your vibe is you're supposed to have a day party for your team, some kind of dinner meeting for your team, some kind of brunch meeting for your squad, right? Right? Why? Because what you're doing is building culture. What impact do you want to have on your community? What impact do you want to have on your customers? Write this down in your notes, millionaires. This is how you build culture. Who do you want to work with? All you want to work with is single mothers. All you want to work with is people who hate their job and are sick and tired of their tyrant, vampire, dream-sucking boss. Maybe all you want to work with is people who love to help the community with social justice. Who do you want to work with? How are you going to work together? What kinds of experiences do you want to have? This is how you build culture. Are you even thinking about this kind of stuff, millionaires? Share this with your favorite entrepreneur. How will working for this dream give your team members a sense of doing something together, a sense of doing something that's greater than themselves? Answer those questions as specifically as possible, and you're on your way to building a culture, millionaire. You're on your way to building a culture that fuels passion, that fuels purpose. Somebody say, who do we want to be? And give me a share. Who do we want to be? And give me a share. Who do you want to be? And then we're going to move on to number 2. Does that make sense? Who do we want to be, millionaires? Who do we want to be? What kind of impact do we want to have, right? And then give me a share. Who do we want to work with, right? What is our purpose beyond profit? Somebody give me that in the comments. What is our purpose beyond profit? And then give me a share. What is our purpose beyond profit? If you want to build culture, for your movement, you got to ask yourself more powerful questions. Crappy questions get crappy answers, y'all. Powerful questions. Powerful questions are what give your life power. Who do we want to be beyond? What's our purpose beyond profit, right? What's our purpose beyond profit? What's our purpose beyond profit? What's our purpose beyond the profit? Here's the second one, y'all. It's not just good enough to know that. Here's the second one, y'all. Somebody give me promote your purpose. Promote your purpose. I'm going to tell you what a lot of organizations do. They come up with their purpose. They spend an incredible amount of time doing it. Some of you are hyped right now, like, yo, I can't wait till my next team meeting. I'm about to lay it down. You know, I don't know what everybody else doing, but as for us, you know, this is our little nuance. This is how we building on. This is how we adding on to the cipher. You know what I mean? Here's what a lot of us do. We come up with this purpose, right? And then we never talk about it again. Or all we do is think about the people that's been riding with us for a long time. And so they probably tired of hearing the same thing. And we completely forget about all the new people that have been brought on since you began taking this thing serious. Don't be like them. Keep your vision, keep your values alive. Keep your vision alive and well by constantly repeating it. Constantly repeating it. I don't care if you talk about internally. I don't care if you're talking about externally. I don't care if you're talking about a one-on-one conversation with a mentee, or if you're talking about when you're going live and sharing your views and your values and your vision with the world. What I'm saying is you got to promote your purpose. Somebody give me that in a share. Promote your purpose. Spend time at the beginning of each team meeting discussing some aspect of the core values that you've decided your team. Like, I'm going to tell you, you know, stories are powerful, y'all. Stories are powerful. What I love about the kind of meetings that we run is that you're giving everybody a chance to be a storyteller. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that? That when you let people give a chance, they don't need no notes to tell a story about their life. They don't need no PowerPoint. They don't need a bunch of preparation, because all they're doing is telling a story. What if you looked for things your teammates are doing right, and then you threw it out there, man? You threw it out there. My man Toby in the house. You threw it out there so that now everybody sees this is what the big homie respects. Culture ain't nothing but what does the big homie say is cool. Culture ain't nothing but, I know there's all these big MBA C-suite words I could put it in, but culture ain't nothing but what does the big homie say is cool. You put your kids in a culture with a bunch of math nerds, and then the big homie of that crew, the one who gets the 1600 on his SATs, gonna be looking at everybody else like something wrong with them if they messed up this equation. So now the culture makes your child want to come home and study. Am I making sense to somebody? If that makes sense, somebody say, culture eats strategy for breakfast. Culture eats strategy for breakfast. Millionaires, what if you spent time on this with intention? You know, if meetings ain't your thing, what if you brought it up weekly on your communication channels, right? What if you had your team members leading the conversation instead of everybody always having to hear it from you? Gary Vaynerchuk, you know, he constantly talks about culture. Anybody who's worth their salt, they constantly telling you that what you need to do is share your team, share your purpose with the team constantly. Share your purpose with your customers constantly. The more you promote what your culture is, the more you're going to instill a sense of pride in those that are following the culture. How many of you see what Donald Trump almost pulled off, man? This is how it almost ripped the country apart, because there was such a culture of divisiveness where there was a sense of pride and go back where you came from. It's like, don't get us started on where you came from. No, I ain't even going to go there. But y'all get what I'm saying? Culture eats strategy for breakfast. And the more you promote what your culture is, the more you're going to have everybody who's with it proud that they're with it. The more you're going to make everybody compete to create stories and share stories that celebrate this culture. But you're the one that's got to make it so that The culture is the thing everybody's focused on. All right, here's the third one, y'all. Recruit with culture in mind. Recruit with your culture in mind. Somebody give me that in a share. Recruit with your culture in mind. Listen, y'all. All money ain't good money. Y'all heard that expression before? All money ain't good money. Yeah. Somebody say recruit with your culture in mind and give me a share. Recruit with your culture in mind and give me a share. Recruit with your culture in mind and give me a share. Recruit with your culture in mind. Recruit with your culture in mind. Straight up. Recruit with your culture in mind. Check this out, y'all. With every person that comes onto your team, your culture either gets better or it gets worse. With every new person you hire, your culture either gets better or worse. What does this mean? This means that you got to move with intention, baby. You got to deliberately recruit people who completely buy in and complement the rest of the team. This means that you're intentional about your hiring process. This means you're intentional about your recruitment process. You know, one thing you can do, right, is you can make sure that you leverage this idea, because all of a sudden now you're able to attract the best candidates. You might send everybody who you talk to. You might send everybody who, you know, one of your teammates brings to you. You might have a little written thing you give them. Like, hey, one of our company values, one of our team values is mastery. Tell me about the last time you mastered something, right? Right? Tell me about the last time you mastered something. How would you apply that to this team? How would you apply that? Tell me about the last time you went the extra mile, right? One of our company values is going the extra mile. One of our team values is going the extra mile. One of our team values is community service. Tell me about the last time you went hard with some community service, or tell me a little bit about you see what I'm saying? Maybe you, when you're welcoming people to the squad, maybe you involve other teammates so we can all get to know each other, right? Maybe they're a good fit for your team, but they're not a good fit for your inner circle. Am I making sense? Here's one thing I want to say before I leave this point, right? Having a culture does not mean everybody's alike. You may see this in your own relationship, right? Like you may be one way and then your partner may be a completely different personality type. And then you find that you balance each other out, especially if you're coachable, right? Well, it's the same thing with your business. You know, the classic example is you got two different employees, okay? And one fits in perfectly with you and the rest of the squad. Same personality, same point of view, same. And then you have this other one. You know, because maybe you guys are loud, maybe you guys are talkative, maybe you guys are dominant, but then you got this other one who's kind of laid back and reserved, more deliberate, more quiet, more thoughtful. Let me tell you something. That'll be the best hire you ever make, right? Candidate A is more like us, but do we really need another person exactly like us? All right, here's number four. Invest in your onboarding process. Invest in your onboarding process. Yeah, Ali, tell them. Give me invest in your onboarding process and a share. Is this making sense, y'all, or I'm going too far? I ain't going too deep, right? My entrepreneurs feeling this? I know everybody's not an entrepreneur. I get that. I'm just saying everybody should be. I don't even care if you're just working at your job. You need to be using this stuff so that you become more invaluable to the company you work for. You have to think like an entrepreneur. Nobody said business owners, but I'm talking to the entrepreneurs. If you know an entrepreneur, maybe you've been working on them, you know, and mentoring them, or maybe they're a prospect. Sharing with them this kind of information helps everybody, because all of a sudden they're able to build bigger. Now they look at you as somebody that understands the way the game works. You understand? I just hope I'm not going too deep. All right. Yeah. Invest in your onboarding process. That's exactly right. Yeah. I love when YouTube check in. Invest in your onboarding process. Here we go, y'all. What do I mean by that? What I mean is that at the end of the day, the way something begins is a lot of times the way it ends. You know, the way you bring these new people on is going to set the stage for how quickly they engage with the rest of the squad, how quickly they buy into the values, how quickly they buy into the company culture. And what I mean is how quickly they assess how serious the company culture is, right? Even if you only bring it on one person at a time, maybe you want to roll out the red carpet. Maybe you want to give them the best onboarding experience they've ever had. Maybe you want to consider what happens in the first hour after they join. What happens in the first day after they join? What happens in the first week? What happens in the first month? You know, if I buy a car in the first hour, they're going to wash the heck out that car, right? In the first day, you know, they're going to send me off with the keys, make sure I got everything straight with the you know, how it smells, any things that may, right? The first week, maybe I get my license tag in the mail. You see what I mean? They keep on graduating up the experience to make sure that I'm onboarded in this beautiful way. Maybe you do the same thing, right? Maybe you plan out that first week with exceptional detail, right? Maybe in your mind, you make it so that they don't have to spend a lot of time. But if I'm placing this person, let's say we're talking about, you know, okay, so if I place this person under somebody, then maybe there's this unspoken thing like, hey, here's your responsibility to this person that I just now put under you to give them the best onboarding experience they've ever had. Am I making sense? Maybe I'm providing them an agenda of where they'll go, who they'll spend time with, what they're going to do, right? Maybe I'm exposing them to as many of the teammates and coworkers and experiences as possible. Maybe my onboarding experience involves some hands-on learning. Maybe it involves some meetings. Maybe it involves some traditions, some rituals. You know what I mean? Maybe I touch on the 4 elements, like in MBA school. They'll tell you about culture and connection and communication and compliance being the 4 C's of culture. Right, man. Talk to him, Shiz. That's what Good Morning Millionaire is for, baby. Because the brain don't work off pressure. The brain works off stimulation. But if we never considered any of this, how are we going to keep doubling our penny every day? We know if we double that penny 31 days straight, before you know it, that 1 penny goes from 2 to 4 pennies to 8 pennies. Into 31 days, we got $10.7 million. But we got to keep doubling our penny. That's why we're here every day. That's why we're here every day. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Here's the 5th one I got for you, y'all. Here's the 5th one I got for you. Cultivate connection. Cultivate connection and give me a share. Cultivate connection and then give me a share. Somebody give me a cultivate connection. Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. So we got to cultivate connection. If you show me a workplace, if you show me a job site, if you show me a team that's connected, I'm going to show you a strong culture. I'm going to show you a strong culture. That's why Shiz got a banquet plan for his team this month. That's why Mrs. Goins got a dinner or a brunch plan for the team. Because we know if we cultivate connection, we're cultivating strength. Man, listen, tell them, Queen. Regardless if everybody works in the same office, regardless if everybody works in the same city or state, what we can do is use all this technology that has come to us, right? We're blessed to have, to cultivate connection. To cultivate connection. That's what we're doing here. We're cultivating connection, right? Get everybody together. You know, break bread together. Have an in-person meeting. Even if you spread all across the country, at least do it once or twice a year. I can't wait till this weekend. This Women That Win conference. You know, it's going to be super cool. You say, Hazik, but you're not a woman. Yeah, but I'm still going to go check in on everybody. You know what I mean? Because it's just so cool getting together with your fam. But how did they become fam? Because we've been building connection. Some of us for years, right? It gives you a much richer life You're not getting a richer life staying in the house watching Netflix. So all I'm saying is get people together. No, I'm gonna stay in my hotel room quietly. I got so much work to do. But dang, you had to put it like that. So all we're saying is get everybody together, y'all. Once or twice a year, once or twice a month, right? And then you can really get focused on specific crap like sales or get focused on marketing, right? You could get focused on customer experience. You could get focused on the future of the team. Like, where are we going? Where is this company going? Maybe you're in the inner circle of your company. So you're able to project where we going with this thing, right? And then also you get to build in getting to know each other activities, some kind of team building kind of stuff. You know what I mean? We have all these different tools we can use to build virtual communication, right? You can do photo icebreakers with your team. Maybe you got a messenger group and you make everybody post their lunch once a week, like the best meal they had all week, and you make them post it in the messenger group. So now people might be scared to post their results from their technique of the week, but they're a little less scared to post a picture of their food. Maybe they're a summer personality. Maybe they're a spring. Who knows, right? But maybe they're a winter and they want to compete and show that they ate the best food. My food better than your food, right? But the whole thing is now everybody's getting to know each other, right? Maybe you have them post their favorite possession, right? Y'all get what I'm saying? All we saying is forge connection. Look, we got to get out of here. It's time to go do our affirmations. You can watch the replay on YouTube, obviously. All I'm saying is you want to be clear about what you create. You want to move with intention, move with awareness. Was this helpful, y'all? Which was your favorite technique we gave? Which was your favorite technique? Let me see it in the comments. Meantime, it's affirmation time. Let me see it in the comments. Which was your favorite of the 5, y'all? Keep on asking for input. Somebody give me this in the comments. Feedback is a breakfast of champions. Feedback is a breakfast of champions. You hear me? Feedback is a breakfast of champions. Feedback is a breakfast of champions. Yeah, I think they got me. I think they got me doing some stuff, Queen. I know that for sure. Feedback is a breakfast of champions, y'all. So keep on asking for feedback. All right, it's time for us to call in, do our affirmations. Everybody ready? We're going to keep on refreshing the culture. That's right. Feedback is a breakfast of champions. Yeah, feedback is a breakfast of champions. Oh, the pleasure was mine, Mo. I'm glad you made it this morning, brother. Let's get rich. Let's get rich. Feedback is a breakfast of champions. That's right. All right, y'all. It's affirmation time. It's affirmation time. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Hold up. You on YouTube. I got to shout you. Okay, now. All right, now. All right, now. YouTube, check it in, baby. All right. It's time to go. Seriously. All right, we out of here. Repeat after me, millionaires. Say it like you mean it. Like, put some emotion in it. Emotion, energy, and motion. Emotion. Put some, you got to take your cool off when you say this stuff. It goes like this. I am so happy and grateful